Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and my guests for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. Hey, you know how I love creative people? I love people who see a blank canvas and can paint a portrait or a landscape or whatever. And I am so happy today because I have Jim France with me. You've seen him probably on Netflix and some other areas. Jim, thank you for being with me.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you.
So talk to me, how did this whole thing start with you, this acting?
Originally?
Yeah.
Oh, I was an actor when I was a young man. I was very fortunate. I graduated from high school when I was 16 and had to wait 2 years to go to the University of Cambridge to study ancient and modern languages. And during those 2 years, I went to work in the theatre. And I wanted to go to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London. And my father, of course, as fathers in the 50s could, prevented me from doing that. And I also discovered that not many people spoke Latin or ancient Greek. That didn't come up much at cocktail parties.
Yeah.
So, you know. But he wouldn't allow me to do that, so I went into his business, which was the hotel business. I graduated from university in Switzerland, went into his business, stayed in it until 1999 when I retired.
Wow.
And then I did some other things. I did some consulting, which I hated. I worked, as a matter of fact, I worked as a contractor for FEMA, for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and I did 4 seasons helping people with the hurricane damage to their houses. Did that for 4 years, but I wasn't very happy. And my wife came up to me one day and I won't tell you exactly what she said, you can make it up on your own, but she said, Jim, you're about the most miserable son of a gun I've ever met in my life. Why don't you go and do what you've always wanted to do? So I went back to school for 3 years privately, did acting, singing, dancing. Went to my first professional gig in 2006, got the job, and I've been working ever since.
Wow.
And love it. Can't wait to get up in the morning.
And that's so incredibly important.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's talk about some of the stuff that you've done.
Well, I've done a few movies and TV shows and things. I did a few years ago, I did a lovely movie called Selma, which is the story of Dr. Martin Luther King's March on Montgomery. Wow. And I did, I actually played a Norwegian character, a real person. He was the chairman of the Nobel Prize Committee who gave Dr. Martin Luther King the Nobel Prize in 1964. I did a movie called Father Figures. That was Owen Wilson and Glenn Close. I didn't work with her, but Ed Helms. And what was unfortunate was when it went overseas, the original movie, it went overseas and translated into all the various languages. The title of the movie was Bastards. And it was great. And then they brought it back to the United States and political correctness stepped in.
Had to clean it up.
They changed it to Father Figures.
Oh, wow.
And it just didn't have the same attraction,
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I've done a few other things, so, you know, Turn, Washington Spies. I did a very weird show called Tropical Cocktails for the Adult Swim Cartoon Network, which, and I'm sure if you've seen the shows, how strange they can be. But I played the butler to a man who went around in a dog suit on his knees the entire show, and it was just hysterical. But it was lovely because we did the first shoot we did in Atlanta, and the second shoot we did in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was a nice gig, you know.
Oh,
and then I added a few days to the shoot and had a vacation and had a wonderful time. Most recently, although I can't talk much about it, I've got a very nice role, a recurring role, in a series called Stargirl, which comes out next year, DC Universe. I play the father of one of the superheroes. And what was interesting was the character only spoke Norwegian. And I speak Norwegian. It's one of the languages I speak. I'm fortunate to speak several languages, and because I lived in Norway for many years. And when I got the audition, it said subtitles in English, and then it gave me the English So I translated it into Norway and did the audition in Norwegian.
Wow.
And I
Got the part.
right away. And just immediately. It was just great. And
Did you have to eat lutefisk?
no, I didn't eat it when I lived there, and I don't eat it now. So, but I do like gravidlax. Yeah, that's the salmon. That's great. But anyway, to cut a long story short, the character only speaks Norwegian. But I found out after all of that I had to translate the script as well.
Wow.
But fortunately, they didn't give me. There's not a huge amount of lines each yet. But I did 5 episodes, which I loved. And they'll come out sometime early next year.
How cool is that, though?
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it was lovely. And I mean, it's so much fun. And the people are so. I tell you, Doctor, it's quite remarkable. I have yet to meet somebody who's unpleasant, and that wasn't true in the hotel business. You know, you meet the people are always so nice, and I think they treat my age with respect, which I enjoy. You know, if I have to stand around, somebody will bring me a chair, you know, without my asking. They'll just bring it, and that's such an amazing feeling to be treated with such respect and care and courtesy and kindness. You know, just doesn't happen every day.
Yeah. So, if somebody's out here watching, saying, "Man, I'm not doing what I love," what's your advice to them?
Go do what you love.
Yeah.
I think it's not a mistake because I was quite successful in the hotel business. I ended up as CEO of a small hotel company when I retired in 1999. But I mean, and I did very well. I enjoyed it. I worked hard and was successful. But there was a gap between that and the gut. Whereas now, I mean, my wife will tell you, Melanie's very patient. She's amazingly supportive. But I mean, I will get an audition and I'm just fired. And I'm off and running, and I have a wonderful time. She says that I'm now the man she once married.
Ooh.
Since I changed, yeah.
The spark is back.
But that's great. I mean, if she feels good about it.
That's
and
important.
she's happy for me, and it makes life a lot easier.
That is so cool. Listen, you may want some more information on Jim. Go to his website. Go to he got social media and everything. Don't you?
Yeah.
Well, all the fancy stuff. Check it out. Do what you love and love what you do. Thank you, Jim, for being
Oh, thanks,
here. You're
Doctor.
awesome.
Yeah, enjoyed it very much.
You're
My
awesome.
pleasure to be here.
Don't change the channel. We got more coming up.
You've been injured. You need someone who understands your injuries. You need reassurances. You need a place to heal. You need Raleigh Injury Chiropractic.
I'm Dr. Tim Weir. With over 37 years of experience, I can tell you experience does matter. Call my office today at 919-790-1332.
Dr. Tim Weir wants people like you to enjoy life to the fullest, and he has written several books. These down-to-earth, easy-to-read resources will help you love life. For example, You're Not Crazy, An Overcomer's Guide to Fibromyalgia. This book has helped hundreds of people. Or How to Reboot Your Brain When Drugs and Therapy Have Not Worked. This amazing book will help you or a loved one retrain the brain. Wake Up and Dream is a wake-up call so you don't sleep through life. Go to www.drtimweir.com and order your copy today.
When my customer comes into our store, we give them the knowledge of the products that we're selling them, and we give them the service.
As an independent hardware store, we stock our store with products that we trust. From Orca coolers to Troy-built mowers to Fisker's lawn and garden products. Anything you need, you can get here at B&W Hardware.
Trust means to me is when our customers come in, they trust in us, we trust in them. We're a family business.
B&W Hardware, serving downtown Wake Forest and surrounding areas since 1949.
I'm telling you, creative people are the most amazing people that are alive. And we're all creative in some point, but I'm with Kenita Stubbs this morning, a creative woman.
Thank you.
Well, talk to me a little bit about you. How did all of this start for you?
It started for me because I've always been a writer, and people will always try to push me to write, but typical mom, I want to just work. And I think dealing with certain issues in my life, I think it started to feel like therapeutic when I started writing. And my mom will always try to push me to do it, and I'm like, no, I need to earn money. And so my mom passed away, and one of the things that she will always tell me is to believe in my dreams. And I just like, you know what, let me put my pain on paper. And that's what I decided to do. And I started writing productions and about things that I've gone through in life to help other people.
Wow. So you took all your hurts and put them down on paper.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So let's talk about what you've done.
My first play was called No More Tears. That was awareness for domestic violence, bullying, and overcoming molestation and rape. That was my very first stage play. Just recently, we did No More Tears Part 2, Aaron's Return. Aaron was the villain in the play.
Yeah.
And when I did Part 1, everyone was asking me, like, whatever happened with Aaron? What was his punishment? So I was like, okay, let's give the people what they want and give them Part 2.
How
so
amazing.
We did Aaron's Return.
How amazing.
Yes, sir.
So your productions then, where have you been? Where have you had them?
In Durham, at the
Okay.
Durham Arts Council.
Oh, cool.
It's this main area in Durham. It's a theater. It's very nice. It's an art gallery as well. And, you know, it's a place where people can come out, enjoy art, and enjoy theater.
So here you are doing now what you love. Are you still working?
No, I have CDL license, I have a barber's license, I have a cosmetology license, but my desire and my passion are my productions.
Yeah.
Living it.
But you know, the important thing is because I have people talk to me all the time. Well, I'm going to quit my job and just do this, and sometimes you just got to keep doing what you're doing while you're doing your other thing. Otherwise, you get into a mess.
Yeah.
So that's awesome what you're doing.
Yeah.
So people can get a hold of you, can contact you.
I have a social media page, Now Productions, and Now is the acronym for Not Ordinary Women, meaning anything that you go through in life, you can come out. But once you come out, you have to go back and help bring others out, and then you become no longer ordinary.
Wow.
So Now Productions, you pull up N.O. You have to put the acronym, the dots in.
Yeah.
So I'll come up, and then you can find and follow me in all the things that we're doing in our upcoming events.
How awesome. So many people go through so many things. I always tell my staff, especially at my office, you never know what
Right.
people are going through.
Absolutely.
And I'm really proud of what you're doing. That is so
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
Listen, follow her on social media. Get a hold of her. Find out what she does. I am sure if somebody came to you and said, I need some help.
Absolutely, and that's one of my passions, because I put myself in position to be like the liaison for people to come and tell me, hey, I need this, I need that. And I'm not a licensed therapist, but I want to put myself in position to guide those people to the help that they need.
You go here, you
You go there,
here.
right, for whatever it is, no matter what it is, because we all need to be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I like you. Thank you for being with me.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
We got more coming up. Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life.
Having trouble sleeping at night? Do you toss and turn all night? Do you have leg or muscle pain? Dr. Tim Ware's Relax Formula is an all-natural supplement with no additives or preservative. It's a unique combination of vitamins and minerals that allows the body to get a deep sleep. Here's what real people are saying about Relax.
I slept for a full 8 hours. It was the first time that I had 8 hours of sleep, and I know over 5 years.
So, if you're not sleeping right, get Dr. Ware's Formula, and you will have an amazing night's sleep. Go to relaxformula.com and order today. Relaxformula.com. That's relaxformula.com. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, I want to read you something. It's from The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Love this book. Let me read this. Until a man selects a definite purpose in life, he dissipates his energies and spreads his thoughts over so many subjects in so many different directions that they lead not to power, but to indecision and weakness. And my wife and I were talking about this, and the guy who comes to our mind when it comes to purpose is Ira David Wood III, and he's our guest today. Thank you for being with me.
Glad to be here.
So here we are talking about this thing called purpose. And I guess the reason I like talking about it is because there's so many people floundering, not doing what they love, doing stuff because they have to, or they have to pay the bills. And I love your story of when you were younger, getting to find that purpose. Let's talk about it, if you don't mind.
Well, I was 14 years old, 2 years after my dad died. I retreated into a world of make-believe. And one day I woke up and knew I wanted to give my life to theater. And I went downstairs and told my mother that. And being a good Southern Baptist, she said, okay, let's sit down and pray about it. Mm-hmm. And we did. And I told Louis, that is his first name in case you didn't know. I think it's always nice to have God on a first name basis. So I talked to Louis a lot. But I said, this is what I want to do. I want to give my life to theater, which is why I've always felt that I didn't have a profession per se. I had a ministry. And that moment, my life had a direction and a purpose. And when all my friends, when we hit the 12th grade, for instance, and all of a sudden you knew it was college time, it started to get serious. And then when you're junior, senior in college, I call them, the senior panics. All of a sudden, you're going to be out in the real world. 9 to 5, bread and butter is going to depend on a lot of decisions you make. I never had the panics because I always knew what I wanted to do. And I always had that feeling that it was more than just me. Something was coming through me that gave my life purpose, it gave my life meaning. So the fact that it was bigger than me meant that it wasn't about me. And that's when I had, I think, my best successes was when it wasn't me, it was the purpose, the direction. And I think,
because honestly, here you are in a little tiny town in eastern North Carolina.
Yeah. taxidermy was considered fine art, in my town. I often say I didn't leave my hometown, I escaped. And I was lucky because I was a future farmer of America. Not by choice, that was just what was expected.
Sure.
Your future was going to be agriculture. You grew up on a farm, you were going to stay on a farm, you're going to live and die on that farm. But I must say, I quote my agriculture teacher more than I've quoted Shakespeare, because he taught us that you can take from the soil until the soil is depleted, but unless and until you put something back, that soil won't support new growth. So that's one of the reasons I've stayed in Raleigh. As schmaltzy as that may sound, but it was like I owe North Carolina a great debt. It took me out of vocational agriculture, put me in the governor's school, School of the Arts. I got to go and be in the Lost Colony Outdoor Drama.
How old were you? I'm sorry. How old were you?
I was in college when I went to the Lost Colony, so early 20s, and of course, and then met so many incredible people through those experiences. And when I had the choice, I said, I got to stay here and put something back, because there are kids out there to this day, like I was, who would rather practice the piano than football, and who are ostracized because of that. I mean, it's tough. My kids went through it. I thought I had paid the dues for all of us, but no. Everybody has to go through that.
Exactly.
Makes you stronger.
Right.
What doesn't kill us, makes
Put you in a wheelchair.
Yeah. And, it was tough for both of my kids. But having gone through it, I was able, I think, to talk with them, which was very important. Talking with and not talking at, and letting them talk, And because of that, I don't think I have ever stopped learning or wanting to discover something new.
Right.
Get involved in something new. Don't get the hardening of the attitudes.
It's true.
And I think, when you have a purpose, it gives you that. I think you are a bit of an octopus when you're young. You got 8 arms and you're going out like this. I want to taste this. I want to do it all.
Yeah.
And after you get through a bit of that, you become a little more discerning.
Yeah.
And you begin to savor food and colors and seasons and people who come into your life. You want to spend time with people, not to kill. Kill time. You want to spend time to live. And you become selective. You become discerning. And it becomes a joy, I think. I'll be 72, and I love life more. I'm enjoying life more. I have a 7-year-old son. Boy, if that doesn't keep you young, and a wonderful life mate, because, some people just have spouses. But when you get that life mate, and maybe it doesn't happen even on the wedding day, but there comes a day all of a sudden it's there. When you got that, you got everything.
Huge.
Yeah. And then I think you look at death. I think you look at the ending, and I'm closer to that end than the beginning. And that can either scare hell out of you, or it can inspire you. And that purpose tends to move things to the inspirational side of things. You do feel the cold breath of mortality on your neck now and then, but you take it and use it. And I think that makes the difference. Just having a purpose, I think, is so important. The earlier you get it, the better life is, I think.
Talk about love and life. I ought to do a show called Loving Life.
You know what? I bet it would really, really be popular.
I'm hoping.
Think about that.
Thank you for being with me.
I loved it. Thank you.
Don't change the channel. Check his stuff out, Ira David Wood.
You've been injured. You need someone who understands your injuries. You need reassurances. You need a place to heal. You need Raleigh Injury Chiropractic.
I'm Dr. Tim Weir. With over 37 years of experience, I can tell you experience does matter. Call my office today at 919-790-1332. Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life.
When my customer comes into our store, we give them the knowledge of the products that we're selling them, and we give them the service.
As an independent hardware store, we stock our store with the products that we trust.
Traeger grills are a leader in the pellet grill industry.
People come from all around to get Traeger wood-fired grills from us.
We're a family business, just like their family coming in to see us. We want them to be part of our family.
B&W Hardware, serving downtown Wake Forest and surrounding areas since 1949.
Dr. Tim Weir wants people like you to enjoy life to the fullest, and he has written several books. These down-to-earth, easy-to-read resources will help you love life. For example, You're Not Crazy, An Overcomer's Guide to Fibromyalgia. This book has helped hundreds of people. Or How to Reboot Your Brain When Drugs and Therapy Have Not Worked. This amazing book will help you or a loved one retrain the brain. Wake Up and Dream is a wake-up call so you don't sleep through life. Go to www.drtimweir.com and order your copy today.
Hey, hope you enjoyed this episode of Loving Life. Thanks for being with me today. I want you to go to my website, drtimweir.com. Go to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, all of those fancy things. It's all about loving life. So until next week, keep loving life. Is that good? Expedia. Expedia.com. Now, if you're really quiet, here in, believe it or we're in North Carolina, sometimes you come out here and there are actually native little monkeys. If you look up in the tree, you can see them.
Come on, Dad.
I told you. Hey, I'm glad you're joining me today. I've got a great guest. My mind is went blank.